Y'all, when a new creation really gets that they're a new creation, there's such a sense of awe that comes with that and a sense of wonder. You're talking about when you can go, wow, so really what's true about Jesus is true about me. I've been made perfect. I've been made whole. I'm complete. It may not be my experience yet, but it's true about me. When you begin to believe that and you begin to go after it and it begins to become more and more real to you, it just creates such a sense of awe because you're just blown away at the goodness of God to take myself, my humanity, my brokenness, and say, no, I'm not going to see you like that. You're in Christ. I'm putting you in my Son so that now you can have everything that He has. I have His ability, y'all, to not walk in brokenness. I have His ability to walk in love. I have His ability to walk in courage. I have His ability to do everything that He's called me to in life. He didn't, and I talked about miracles, and I do want to see miracles, but it's a miracle when you walk in patience with your children. It's a miracle when you love your husband in a godly manner. It's a miracle when you love your wife and cherish her like Christ loves the church. Those are miracles because you have to see God to do that. You have to know how He loves, to love like Him. Those are miracles. It is amazing that I can see my own failures and brokenness and know that doesn't define me. That's not who I am. I'm a new creation, and God sees me like that. Y'all, there are people who would look at, let's just say somebody who blows it in the same manner every day. And you would look at them and think, let's just take addicts or different things like that people fail every day, but their heart really loves God and wants God. And they go to Him over and over again. And you can go to Him over and over again because you're going based on Jesus's righteousness. You're not going based on your failure. Well, you can go to Him and cultivate a relationship with Him. And I promise you, there will come a day when that breaks off of you and you will no longer walk in any kind of addiction. And that's not just that. Say someone who falls in anger every day and you cultivate that relationship with God. There's a big difference in someone who fails every day, but they're cultivating a relationship with God, and someone who just doesn't even try cultivating. Now, the difference is that someone who's cultivating a relationship with God is going to know victory. Someone who's not cultivating, they're just going to walk in their brokenness longer and longer and longer. But if you're in Christ Jesus, there's no condemnation for you. That's why you can go boldly before His throne with your failures, okay? Because He's not mad at you. He's not condemning you. His heart is to love you into change, into where you're living like the new creation that you are. It is His heart to do that. He does want to do that, but He wants to do it because He loves you and wants you to know the glory of walking in freedom, not because He's mad at you. Because you have to understand, He did at the cross all the things that people want to work so hard for and want to say, you're not worthy of that because you acted like this. He did all that at the cross. He took all that away. That's not an issue anymore, okay? Now it's relational all the way, 100% relational. Growing in the Lord, growing in the grace of God, okay? So the enemy would like to accuse you with your failures, but he can't, okay? Because God already took care of it. But here's something that's really important. There are people out there who are so works-oriented, and they don't like grace. And the fact that you can go to God boldly, even with your failures, in your failures, okay, is offensive to some people. But that's because you can't control it, and somehow you think you're only offended because you think somehow you've worked so hard and you deserve it. You can't deserve it, y'all. If your best day and your worst day, you can't deserve it. It just doesn't work like that. It's all what Jesus did, okay? So here's the thing I wanted to point out, okay? I keep getting sidetracked, but think about this. There's no one on this earth, okay, that actually doesn't blow it every day. And a lot of times it's the same sin over and over again, but they don't realize it because God hasn't shown them that need in their life for more of Him in that area yet, or they just don't realize. I mean, let's just say someone who blows it and gets angry every day, okay? So it might just be a small little bit of angry. It might be fussing at people for cutting you off and you think you have a right to do that. You don't. It might be losing patience with your kids, but they were bad, so they deserve it. There's no excuse for losing patience with your kids. There's all kinds of ways that we blow it every day. But nobody looks at those people and says, well, that's not, that you're not worthy because you got mad today. You're not worthy because you were impatient. No one does that, okay? No one takes the sins they deem not so bad and looks at that person and goes, oh, no, you definitely lost your salvation today. Nope, you definitely aren't worthy to go to God. Nope. No, they don't do that. Those sins are kind of acceptable, and you just kind of push it aside and Lord, I'm sorry, But when people gasp at what they call a bad sin, what's the difference, y'all? Sure, it affects your life differently, which is why God's desire is so deep to set you free. It's why He pours out even more on those who suffer so severely in areas. He doesn't look at you and decide one day you've done something that crossed a line and you're no longer worthy. Because if that were the case, then yes, salvation can be earned. Think about that logically. Think about that logically. If salvation can't be earned, then how in the world can it be unearned? I'm just saying, you can go to God and He will love you into fullness. He will love you into freedom, not actuality freedom. You are. He'll love you into a place of it being real to you and you walking in it. I have seen it done. And I'll see it done again.